guys, I realize I'm a little bit late with this review. I'm sorry, it's just a small fraction, just barely missed it by a small margin. Look, I really wanted to get it done in June. I did it in June, like I did most of the playing, but I got a little sidetracked. You know, my full schligging schedule, I had to review every single game on the SNES. And when I finished that, you know, Stardew Valley finally came out for the Switch, and I really wanted to play that. And then Zelda Month popped up, and but finally, I have gotten this. Look, next year, I promise I will try and be a lot better, but hopefully this makes your Christmas just a little more holly jolly. And so, here's Fire Emblem Echos! First off, I need you to cut me a little bit of slack if I get anything wrong. You see, I played about 90% of this game back in June, and I took some notes, but I didn't write any script. And you better believe I don't remember any of my 40-hour footage. Like, if I say something, but the screen doesn't really match up with that, it's because I don't know my footage, so just give me a little bit of a leeway, you know? C'est la vie! So the story starts out and we have our main characters as kids. They're just messing around and having a holly jolly time. They think that knights are super cool, and then they actually meet some. But then they have a quick change of heart because Slade and his buddies are total jerks. They just want to terrorize the village, rape Gray's sister, and kidnap Celica. However, Alm thinks that that's really lame, so he goes up and he punches Slade. Meh! So Slade doesn't really like getting meh. So he decides to myrtle the kids. But then, out of the shadow pops the coolest character ever, Myson. Put on the All Might song real quick. Look at the horse, the spear, the freaking mustache. Finally, I get to control a character with a mustache. 50 characters in Awakening, 70 in Echoes, and how many mustaches? 0. So for this first battle, we have Myson, a gold knight who can take down the foes with little to no effort. And we also have control of the kids? My guess is that they suck at fighting. Hey, Faye, go test my theory real quick. And she is dead. But Myson ain't a whip, and he sends the dogs packing. But now that people know where Celica is, Myson also sends her packing. Skip forward a couple of years, and Alm is training with Myson. But Alm doesn't really like Ram Village, you know? He wants to branch out a bit.
I want much more than this provincial life.
Just watch, I'm going to make
my
wife.
Then I'm allowed to kind of explore the area, and I grab myself some oranges, because in this game, orange is the new vulnerary. After this, a dude shows up, and he's looking to recruit the great war hero Myson. He's level 5. Anyway, Lucas is part of a resistance group called the Deliverance. Myson says that he's too old for this crap. But Alm is all over that, as well as his good buddy Gray. And then Lucas offhandedly mentions monetary compensation, and then Tobin is eager to join the group too. So now that I've got my posse, we head out and take down some brigands. Now Lucas suggests that I only lower the HP, and that I let my buds take them out so they can, you know, level up. Tobin, level 2. Gray, level 5. And Alm, level 1. Okay, whatever you say, Luke. So we take them all out, as well as some brigands on the next map as well, and then the game suggests that I go into the ruins, but ruins? That sounds dumb. I decline and head to the next map, where a quick death awaits me.
Secret love cave, let's go.
So I go through the cave, killing more brigands, and then we got to battle the boss. After the boss battle, we got a sword, and I got to reclass Gray and Tobin. And we also got ourselves a brand new party member, Silk! Awesome, a healer! So after this, we head back to the village and have a quick talk with Faye and Cliff. And they want to join my team. Cliff, you are a whiny wimp. Faye, you died as a kid, and if you die in Fire Emblem, you die in for real. So I turn my back on them and I walk away. And I just want to say something right here. I know I left characters behind. I left a ton of characters behind. I don't want any comments saying, oh, well, if you had done this, you could have recruited them, or why don't bring this person? I know. I intentionally did it, and on my second playthrough, you know, I've actually read walkthroughs. I know how I can save the people, get them to come on my team. That's for my second playthrough, but as for this playthrough, for the video that I actually made, I want it to be a very unique experience to me, for the video, so don't tell me, oh, you didn't bring Faye, the best character in the game.
So now we take on the stage that I got slaughtered on, and it's still pretty hard. Mainly because the last dude that we have to fight has a leather shield, so all of our attacks only do 1 damage to him. Eventually though, I trapped him in a corner, and I just kept healing the person he was attacking until we whittled his HP down low enough for the coup de grace. After that, Lucas says that we need to save people, starting with Claire. She's in this castle-type place. Unfortunately, there's this dude with a steel bow who's just causing tons of problems for my team. But eventually, my boy Gray makes it up to him and then takes care of him.
I thought I was the funny one.
No, you're the fat, stupid one with the big mouth.
And this brings me to 2 things that I want to talk about with Fire Emblem Echoes: archery and the voice acting. Pretty much every single line in this game has some voice acting to accompany it, and I gotta say, I freaking love it. I think that the voice acting in this game is fantastic, and I honestly hope that more and more games have more and more voice acting. I think it's great. However, you know, I'm probably not the best judge on good and bad voice acting. I mean, come on, I've put up over 118 videos on this channel, all voiced by this idiot, so I'm not the best judge for good and bad voice acting. As for the archery, at first, I really like the archery in this game. First, you can move, and then you can shoot a super long distance. That's awesome! I loved it. The main problem comes from your foe getting this ability, and when you're fighting 2 or more archers. So you have your squishy healers and spellcasters in the back row. The problem is that your tanks on the front lines can't exactly stop Silk from getting turned into a piece of Swiss cheese. So yeah, while I do like the idea of bows having a superb range, it just doesn't work in a game with permadeath. So we kill off the bowman, and then we find a stuck-up, snooty Pegasus Knight named Claire. Oh, farm and dirt. Bleh. So we head to the next map and get utterly curb-stomped. I mean, there's a lot of soldiers, and we do about the same amount of damage to one another, but the thing is, they have more dudes, they have more HP. However, we are able to hold our ground against them somewhat, but when the horsemen show up, forget about it. So I headed back to the cave and grinded for about an hour. Well, actually it was 2 hours because the first hour ended in a zombie attack that got killed. But then I went and got some promotions for my character. Gray became oh, you know what? I just realized that I've never had to say this word out loud. I don't even know how to pronounce it. But I do know how to pronounce Lucas's upgrade. He's a Knegget! And with the training I did, I think that I broke the game. Because we went back to the stage and utterly steamrolled the chumps with no problem at all. After that, we met Fernand, who's just so charming.
Who is this rabble?
Then we went to Deliverance's hideout. Unfortunately, they have a bit of a zombie problem, and the zombie's main attack is kissing. Mwah! After a bit of a round-table meeting with the guys, Alm gets put in charge of the group. This causes Fernand to rage quit, but Clive joins my ranks. And on my way out of the Deliverance's hideout, I also grab Python so I can have 2 of those game-breaking archers.
Sorry, not your preferred outcome?
And the next level goes just fine. I get to exact vengeance on Slade for killing Faye all those years ago. And after most of the characters are dead, the king makes a run for it, adding another victory under my belt. I think I made a mistake. I think I overtrained my characters because the game has become way too easy now. So let's switch to some characters who haven't been trained at all. Celica, May, and David Bowie. Celica needs to go on an adventure. I'm not really sure why, I didn't write in the notes. But we head out and fight some zombies, and thanks to some skillful dodges and some lucky critical hits, we win. Then we head into a town, and Celica really wants a swordsman to join our party. So she offers the golden dagger to some dude in the tavern, and boom, we've got a swordsman. And then we go through a ton of pirate levels, and these are really well-designed levels. They've got a lot of choke points to work around, so I gotta put Saber in front, and then I can have my spellcasters just blast away at all of the foes. I really like these levels. I also like the battle against the king of the pirates, because they have Valbar, Leon, and Kamui. Scratch that, the computer really sucks at this game and put their archer on the front line. So I got Valbar and Kamui. Then we have some more boat stages. This one is against a creepy arsonist who can summon zombies. Once again, this is a really well-designed map with a unique twist on it. So after that, we need to go to an island with a necro dragon on it. And within 3 turns, everyone was dead. So I came up with a new plan. Only bring my absolute best people with me. Go ahead and set Celica up in the corner and then— Wait, he can fly around?! Okay, so one thing that I did in this Fire Emblem game that I haven't really done in any other of them is use the terrain to my advantage. Trees can make you much harder to hit in this game, and since Celica was on a forest tile, she managed to dodge 7 life-ending blows until we could knock the dragon flat. So now we can enter the cave, and all of the terrors in here are super weak. I got the battles over with quickly and made it to the back of the cave where I met an angler who said that he needed food. Here's a fish, dude. I was thinking something a little more meatier.
Huh? Hold on. What do you think the fish is made of?
So I give him some non-aquatic meat, and then he gives me some money and tells me that this cave is actually the tomb of a warrior who wielded a sacred blade.
I want that blade.
So I head deeper into the cavern, but while we were fighting some gargoyles, one of them used their obnoxious movement rate to fly around back and murder May.
Another thing that I think it's worth mentioning is I hardly ever use the turn wheel, especially to save people. I believe that the turn wheel is the tool of the cheaters. I only use the turn wheel if I had like 88% chance or higher to hit someone and the attack missed. But besides that, never. Except like 1 or 2 points.
So May died, but honestly, low attack, low health, she won't be missed. I traded her life for a sword, and this sword is amazing at dispatching terrors. Another thing that I learned is that I can sprint in the overworld. Gotta go fast! Gotta go fast! Gotta go faster, faster, faster!
So, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not 100% sure what happened in the next part of the game. If you look at my enraged etchings that are just completely illegible, I'm guessing that the next part was pretty hard, but was all worth it because the townsfolk in the next city, they thanked us for cleaning up the seas.
Now I have a little more freedom on the overworld. Hey look, I can go to Ram Village, and when I get there, Faye and Cliff offer to join my team. Well, Faye, you're dead, but Cliff? Well, seeing as how Leon did get himself gutted, we are in desperate need of an archer. Come on, bud! We also got a tip on where we can find Mycen and Alm, so we head off. But on the way there, someone tried to kidnap Celica. But it's all good because Tuxedo Mask showed up, saved the day, and then vanished. But eventually she did make it to Alm, and they had a real heartfelt cutscene. But eventually she does confront Alm. Alm, is it true that you're going to kill bad people? Yeah. Oh, Alm, you're terrible! Even though I kind of went out of my way to end the lives of some pirates, but you're terrible! So she left upset, but now I control 2 armies. Alm's weak little team, and Celica's band of trained killers. So the first battle with Alm was against Fernand. He teamed up with some witches. Now, I like the witches. Now, they have this super awesome ability. I absolutely loved it. You see, on turn 1, they can actually teleport behind your defensive line and just with a 3% chance, murder Tobin. Just kill him off instantly.
That's cool!
Celica's group had the opposite problem. You see, for a while, they had really been building up Barth, the biggest, baddest brute in the land, with a gigantic axe in his hand. But we got a crit and one-shotted him. Then Bowie critted 5 people in a row. Bowie, stop, Bowie! Each kill opens you up to a new attacker. Stop! Fortunately, his HP reached 1, so he couldn't kill anyone anymore. Almost lost him to his own bloodlust. Celica, if there's anyone to reprimand for their merciless killing, it's Bowie over there.
Gonna be honest, I don't know what these notes says. It just says really hard level, and then apparently we get against Fernand and Berkut. Oh, there's better notes for that. There's better notes for that battle.
So we've already met Fernand, but he's just a real toolbox extraordinary. But Berkut? They've really built him up. The nephew of the king and a real tough guy with a hot girlfriend to boot. I don't need to test you. I already know how pathetic you are.
Oh yeah, really pathetic. Oh, hold on. Last time we fought, I beat the snot out of someone. Who was it again? His name was like Frank or Francis? I know it started with an F. Come on, help me out here, Fernand. It's on the tip of my tongue. He's a real toolbox extraordinary, and he's as pathetic as he is pompous. Come on, help me out here, man.
This battle made me feel like a tactical genius. Now, it was really tough. I constantly had to switch between swords, shields, and healing items. Heck, at some points I even needed to have our healer take out units. This battle was tough, but it felt great to overcome. Then Alm and Celica had some minor battles, but Alm stumbled into a town with a mage who was looking for his sister. A spellcaster for Alm's army of weaklings? Heck yeah! Celica also got a new recruit, Atlas. He wants help to go rescue his kid brother, but I didn't immediately go east, I went north, so we just ditched our team. So, in this battle, nothing major happened, but the boss did do one thing. Check out how he pronounces the name of the goddess.
Other of your kind have tried to cross this valley and seek Mila's blessing.
Can I just really say that I want to pronounce this word Mila? And also the Dark God from Fire Emblem Awakening, I want to call him Grima, not Grima. I don't know, I just want to get my thoughts out there.
Shame you're too late. Mila is already...
Oh, come on, Blake. In your final breaths of life, you're gonna pronounce it like a complete toolbox extraordinary? Alright, now Alm has a really tough battle against Desai. They have Clive's girlfriend, Matilda, and during the battle they're gonna fire arrows into her jail cell to put a constant time constraint on the player. But this is a hard battle. They have so many guys. I mean, we kill some of them, but eventually Lucas gets cut off from the main force and everyone's HP is just in dire straits, so eventually I order the retreat. And I don't care what anybody says about Desai, but he is a total hashtag cool bro. Not only did he let Lucas go free from the battle, but when I attacked a second time, he actually healed Matilda back up to full HP, so we started the fight again. And since all the troops that I killed stayed dead, this battle was much easier the second time. However, there was a bit of bad luck, and Silk died, so I forced myself to use the turn wheel.
Cut me a break, it's my only healer. I have the moral backbone of a chocolate eclair.
However, I didn't really feel like rewatching the entire turn over again, so I just hit the start button to skip all the animations and... Wait, where's Desai? He's gone! What happened? Did he die?
Desai's dying words have been troubling me.
Wait, no. Wait, what did he say? I completely missed it. Just, he was there 1 minute, and then next minute, he just 1 second, gone. Poof, magic, gone.
Now I'm going through a dungeon with Celica, and I have her use the Dark Sword, which has a really high attack, but every so often, for no reason at all, it kills its user. So I go and unequip it, and then I run through the dungeon, and then she finds the Fountain of Life. Drink up, May. She did it! She's alive! So now we try and take on a boss, but it does not work. So I go back and grab one Pegasus sister. Pala, you're cool, Abel, I don't care. Go jump in an oven or whatever, I don't give a dang. After that, we trained for an hour and got some promotions and tried again. Last time, it didn't really work. I mean, there are a million archers rain down death. So I sent Valabar in along with a blessed ring, but eventually it just proved too much for him. This time, after being promoted and getting that sweet cape, he actually dodged his attack and eventually was able to single-handedly kill every archer in the fort. After that, I had to decide if I wanted to fight a group of swordsmen or mage ladies. And since my boy Valdir has literally zero resistance, we decided to go after the swordsmen. But after they were taken out, it's time to face Grief.
I'll just go out there and crush this stupid girl all by myself.
Nice going with the all by yourself, you flippin' liar. Now this level wasn't particularly hard because I took it slow and steady, but eventually got to Grief, and I gotta say, I do like its character design. A little bit of a modern day warlord and a ninja, but we killed him. However, after the battle, since we went through the swordsman, the magic lady who we didn't kill, Sonia, she ended up joining our group. We also got an offer from Pala's little sister Est to join our group. Denied. So then both of the teams fought a few more minor battles, nothing really of note happened, you know, a few promotions, Clive got killed, oh, I think Bowie might have leveled up. But now we're at the dam where Luthier's little sister was taken to. But the thing is, she's being mind controlled. The stage wasn't too much trouble. The main problem with it is that Delphia is attacking us. Now the thing is, her main attack costs 4 HP to cast. But the good news is that Claire's attack isn't too crazy high. She was actually able to chip Delphia down to 3 HP. Now she's pretty much docile, unable to hurt a fly. But I do want Luthier to get some more EXP. Hey Luthier, do me a quick favor. Kill that lowly with the super low HP. It'll be really easy. Perfect. Then Celica had to storm the Temple of Milla. It was a pretty tough level because of all the stupid enemies that could just summon infinity gargoyles. But I am so happy that I resurrected May, because her sword does crazy damage to them. And hey, who doesn't love having 3 healers? Valbar likes having 3 healers. He almost died. Didn't know. 3 healers. So Celica learns that Mill got abducted, and then she opens up the Eastern Dam. Alm opens up the Western one, and now we get to invade Regalia. Alright, in the next cutscene, Celica's team got a brand new team member. This old man, he lived once until the enemy played knick-knack on his skull. He died really quickly. And what's Alm's team up to? I think it's like the 130th fight with Fernand and Berkut. Whatever. I just stashed Alm in some trees, and then his dodging was great. Combine that with his Levin sword, and he is unstoppable. He can either chip at their resistance or their defense from 2 spaces away. It's awesome. And then Alm fought against Saizo, and remember how I said that I hate the enemies who can just summon more enemies? Well, I think that the boss that Celica fights takes the cake, because while I was fighting him, he summoned Necro Dragons! Remember all the trouble that they gave me a few hours ago? Well, they don't anymore. Now they're merely cannon fodder. I love it when Valbar attacks them. He just walks up to him like it's nothing, then just kicks it in the schnoz. Then Tuxedo Mask joined Celica's team, then they went to the Lost Woods and met a sage who would grant her a wish, and her wish was to make Alm a little bit tougher. But hey, he got a sweet cape out of the deal, which really helped in the next cave, because at the end of it we had to fight a dragon with question mark HP. But you might know it by its street name, 60. After killing it, it dropped Duma's spear, which I gave to Claire, and she got about 1 billion critical hits while she was using it. Alright, the next stage is wait a gosh dang minute! This stage is called Duma's Gate. That's kind of odd, because I could have sworn it was called the Great Gate in Fire Emblem Awakening. Also, another connection that this game has to Fire Emblem Awakening is that the stage directly to the right is actually called Milla's Shrine.
The more you are.
So in this stage, the boss summons an earthquake that does 50 damage to everyone. Oh yeah! That's fair! Unfortunately, Sonia died from that bullcrap. Alright, now Alm gets to attack Jerome and Zeke. However, before the battle, it is made very obvious that Zeke was either being extorted or blackmailed into doing this. So I took very special care not to kill him. I killed everyone else, heck, even the boss. Okay, Zeke, what's going on? You won't turncoat. Look, there's no one forcing you to fight, dude. I even retreated from this battle and came back, and he is still the only one willing to fight. So I did what anyone would in this situation, and I stabbed him 37 times in the chest.
Carl, that kills people!
Wow, I didn't know that.
How could you not know that?
Yeah, I'm in the wrong here. I suck.
Okay, what I was supposed to do is save his girlfriend first. Apparently when I started that level, his girlfriend got killed. I tried to do the level to save her, but it was such a stupid level. So you need to go up this cliffside. The whole time the boss lady is just shooting insta-kill spells at you. So I said, screw that, I ain't doing this level. And so, Titania and Zeke died. But it was a required level, so I tried a second time, and this time I had Silk summon a bunch of expendable illusionary dread fighters, and they just went up and killed off the soldiers and eventually died. After about an hour of eager volunteers nobly sacrificing themselves, Nui Baba was ready to be picked off. Yes sirree, I want you to kill Nui Baba. After that, we went to the town, and they all got mad at me for killing Zeke. One dude even had the gall to say, I hope you get eaten by Necro Dragons. And his dream came true. Or at least it would have if Necro Dragons weren't a complete pushover at this point in the game. But now Celica has the toughest battle of all time. But let's put some reverb on my voice for this. The Tower of Duma! It's 4 stories of battles, and they are so easy. None of them lasted more than 3 turns. Every single one of the enemies was just getting killed instantly. I think the biggest thing is that my boy Bowie can shoot spells over 5 spaces that just one-shot anything it hits. He's awesome. Anyway, at the top of the tower, Jetta says, Hey Celica, offer up your soul to Duma. She agrees, but only if some conditions are met. Number 1, Milla needs to be free. Alm needs to be spared, and her friends need to be spared. He agrees to these terms and conditions and proceeds to do none of that. Meanwhile, Alm is storming Slade's outpost, and this isn't freaking level design! What? It's just a bunch of tubes! And there's a bunch of stupid dudes waiting inside to kill me. Oh, and although it isn't too big of a deal, though, Python shoots them, and then Claire warps through the 4th dimension to finish them off. Eventually, every single enemy in Slade was killed off, leaving one final castle. The Castle of Emperor Rudolf. And seeing as how it's Christmas, and his name is Rudolf, I think I'm legally required to do another song parody here. You know that this game was made in the 80s. The characters returned, yes, even the ladies. But do you recall how he looked in the original? Rudolph the Regalian Emperor had a mustache. Why'd they change it? The mustache was so cool. This is a personal attack. Why'd they change it? Why'd they take his mustache away? I like mustache characters. We only have Bison. I mean, we couldn't control him. We couldn't control Emperor Rudolph. I voted for him in the thing. Okay, so this castle is gonna be tough. I am gonna have to kill a lot of really high-level foes before I can even challenge Rudolph. Oh wait, no, here he comes, crashing through the gates. Defense formation, everyone! And right here exemplifies why archers needed to be nerfed. Even though I held Luthier in the back, he still had to take attacks from not 1, not 2, but 3 archers. He died. He died because of it. But his sacrifice wasn't in vain. Now Rudolph's HP is low enough for a blow from Lucas's Beast Killer to lay him flat. And then it decides to go all Star Wars on us. I am your father. Blah. Then Alm freaks out, and then I get Mycen on my team again. Yeah, put on the My Hero Academia music again. Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. Okay, so he tells us that we need to go through the castle's basement so we can go save Celica. But in the basement, I meet Fernand, and whoa, he looks worse for wear. I just wanted us to be friends. Whoa, no. You do not get to be a gigantic toolbag extraordinary and then get redemption just because you died. Your death wasn't heroic, it wasn't selfless, you were a gigantic toolbag extraordinary. All that you did was get stabbed by a bigger gigantic toolbag extraordinary. You do not get redemption, Fernand. Well, I go into the dungeon and have some easy as heck fights, but then there's Berkut and his girlfriend. He murdered her, so she can be a major thorn in my side during this fight, and this fight is hard. On turn number 3, Lucas, Claire, and Matilda all got killed. Their sacrifices helped me though. I was able to get rid of all the enemies, but I couldn't do anything to the bosses! Look at this bullcrap! 20% hit rate? Are you kidding me? She dodges everything, and freaking Berkut has a range of 3 spaces and damage of 50! That is unreal, and I can't hit his harlot of a girlfriend! Yeah, kill me, but put me out of my freaking misery! So then I went to a Christmas party in real life, so I didn't even record the first half of this battle. But I did manage to keep all 3 of those losers alive, but Python had to die. And by some miracle, I had Silk actually land an attack, and Gray got a critical hit, and Alm actually hit. Statistically, I had a less than 10% chance of actually pulling this nonsense off. But I killed her, and after that I could finally kill Berkut. What the hickety heck was that? Even more nonsense is that this guy gets a redemption arc. What? No, Renea, do not forgive this toolbag extraordinary. He murdered you and offered you to a dark god for power. Do not take him to heaven with you. Meanwhile, my only archer's guts are splattered all over that wall. Okay, so after that we go through a few more easy encounters, and then we found a legendary regalia for Mycen. Alm also had to split off from the group for some 1 versus 10 fights, and honestly, they had no challenge. The only thing that was even moderately close to being a challenge was at 1v1 versus Celica. You dare raise your blade against me? Well then take one of these! Okay, so Deus Ex Machina saves Celica, and then I get her team back! Finally, I just spent 5 hours without my boy Bowie, but now I get him back for the final battle with Duma. Alright, so this final battle is probably one of my favorite final battles in video games. Every single enemy unit is basically a boss. And since this is the final battle, I don't need to be too concerned about keeping my party alive for the next fight. That doesn't mean that every loss didn't carve an etching into my soul, and I lost tons of people during this fight. The enemies got crits, I miscalculated movement rates, and Duma uses unavoidable magic attacks on my dude with no resistance. Also, there was this.
Excuse me? What do you mean my attack was nullified?
Yeah, Jenna just magically blocks your attacks. Fortunately, every 5th attack is actually allowed to hit him. But come on, man, that is some bull crap! But when you finally do get to dunk his head beneath the damaging swamp water, it feels good. In this one battle, I lost Lucas, Silk, Pala, Cliff, Claire, Saber, Kamui, and Valbar. Yeah, sure, take those characters I've been traveling with for over 30 hours. I don't mind. But their sacrifices were not for nothing. They opened Duma up to a— I can stop nullifying my attacks! But the Falchion got a good stab through, and— victory! After that, we have a fine epilogue. Celica and Alm get married and unite the kingdoms, but one of the biggest thing about this ending is where it tallies up the fact that I let everyone die. I mean, every single story Crucible characters died from their wounds after the war. And that's my fault they died! The worst of it all was Matilda and Gray. Since Clive died, she lost the ability to feel and was a better captain of the guard for it. And Gray became a vagabond who died of a drug overdose and was never heard from again. Flip! At least I can take a little bit of solace that I kept Bowie and May alive. See, these are pretty sweet stories to read.
Do not play this game on classic difficulty. Do you want to know what your reward is if you can actually make it through this game? The Cherisher of Life Award. Congratulations! You stole loved ones from main characters. You must really cherish life. No. You know, it's a good thing that I didn't recruit all those extra characters. They probably would have just been added to the mountain of corpses I amassed while playing this. You know, even though I took a 6-month break from this game, I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I am very eager to hop in again on casual mode this time. And this time I'll actually bring along all the characters. Faye, you can come. I'll go through the mage lady so I can get the swordsman. I think it'll be a jolly old grand old time. Also, can I make a quick request to Intelligent Systems real quick? Just a small little thing. Can you make Advanced Wars games again? What if I could have 2 requests? 2 requests. Can you give the Echoes treatment to Thracia 776? I think I speak for everyone in the Fire Emblem community when I say we need to see Glade. Bring this beautiful guy back. Put on all my music. Whatever, it's close enough. It's heroic, it's triumphant, just like Glade. Anyway, with that said, go ahead and subscribe for more videos. I got more Fire Emblem content. Why am I motioning? I got a Fire Emblem video coming next month. And I'll make sure that my schedule definitely includes the next Fire Emblem video, so it'll be done July-ish? I don't know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next later.